All right, hello everybody, and welcome to today's video. For this lesson, we'll be going over narrative writing, and we'll be using Nearpod to go through it. So this lesson is meant to introduce narrative writing to sixth grade students, and it's just a general lesson that gets them comfortable with understanding the concepts of narrative, as well as getting to produce their own narrative writing at the end. So let's get into it. So pretty much the Nearpod is set up in order of a like an intro activity, an opening video, kind of like an instruction, an I do. We do by going over it and doing some matching pairs, and then independent practice where they get to practice at the end. And then of course for our closing, we will do a just a general poll on how comfortable the kids feel. So for our introduction activity, or our journal activity for the day, the kids are posting on a collaborative board as a class, and they're telling me what they think narrative writing is. At this point, some of the kids already know what narrative writing is, but it's not guaranteed that everybody knows. So they'll just post whatever they feel is narrative writing. It'll post on the board, and I'll set a timer for about 5 minutes and give the kids 5 minutes to just share anything that comes to mind when they think of narrative writing. And then as they post, they'll pop up on the board, and all of the students in the classroom will see. Next, we'll have a video. The video does have 5 pause points, as you can see down below, and it just asks them questions as the video plays. I'm not going to play the video, but I have embedded questions in here, so it's like it stops the video for me, it asks the questions, and the kids will actually answer the questions on their own screen as we're going through. And then after the video, the video is the opening, so then I get into teaching the instruction. So there are 3 slides that go over narrative writing, each of the concepts, and I'll break them down in pieces, and then that is the instruction of the I do, and then we'll go into the we do. We will do these as a class and match all of the terms. All of these terms were introduced in the video, as well as the general lesson that I just taught. And it's just some practice for us to complete as a class. I'll give the kids about 5 minutes to try them on their own, and then we'll go over them at the board. So depending on the class, I may call the kids up to choose them on the board, or it just depends on what the caliber of students are in the classroom. You can have them do it independently, and you can review them on your own if you don't have the time to do it as a class. You can have the class come up and do them on the board, or whatever. Typically, I have the kids come up on the board and complete them afterwards. And then finally, the you do. This is the portion of the assignment where the kids will actually complete a writing task. So this writing, we're going to go on a virtual field trip. And today's virtual field trip, when we do this, is going to be Greece. And so what I challenge the students is to get creative. I don't want them to kind of restrict themselves or anything. I tell them to write exactly how they would think of something. I really don't care for standard American English. The goal is to get them to write. That's all I care. So this is the virtual field trip that we'll be taking. So we're going to Greece, all right? And it is a complete 360 experience. And what I tell the students is to choose anything in the photo, all right? It could be a person, so it could be a tourist. It can be the ocean. It could be somebody down here on the boat. It can be this lady, a stone pebble in the ground. I don't care what it is. But you're to choose anything in this entire image, and you are going to just write me a random story from that perspective. So historically, I've had kids choose this lady and write a story about how she was dying going up the stairs and she was tired of walking. I've had a student that chose the ocean and wrote a story about how they were tired of just waving along every day and never getting a chance to see the world and all the other stuff. So the kids can zoom in, they can zoom out, do whatever they need to. And I usually give them about 15 minutes, and then I'll let some of the kids share their stories, and it's always a very cool experience, and the kids get a laugh out of it because they have fun with it. And this is where they would do their writing. And so it just gives them the prompt, and then on their computers they can go back to the image if they want to. So they're just pretending that they're one of the people, the images or items in the image, and write a narrative from your perspective. All right, it can be about anything. And then after this, I usually do a poll on the outside of as a closing discussion about, okay, so what did you learn today? I may do an exit ticket, but typically I just do like an open discussion poll, and we talk about how comfortable they were producing a narrative. This is usually a day one activity when we're working on narrative, and it's simply an introduction. So it's nothing that's too in depth, but I think it's a perfect activity to get them excited to producing some good narrative works. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I'm always here to answer any questions. And that's all. Have a wonderful day.